Goddess Tarot 777. Today's reading is for Sagittarius. Hello, Sag. Hit the like button, share. Let's take a look and find out what is exactly happening in your energy. Um, it looks like happy birthday to you, Sagittarius, if you are celebrating a birthday. And it is Sagittarius season, so regardless if your birthday is today or not, you should be celebrating your birthday every day during the Sagittarius season, right? So, Sag, let's find out what's the overall energy. It appears that, let's pull a card here and find out because there's a lot of energy out here. And I hope everybody is having a great day. Right? I hope everybody, especially Sagittarius, it's your season. You guys should be celebrating your every day, your birthday. If not just on your day that you were born, but during the whole Sagittarius season, you're supposed to be celebrating your sex addiction. All right, let's find out what is the overall energy for Sag. One thing is somebody dealing with heartbreak that hit the floor. Somebody is dealing with heartbreak. All right. This has to do with deception, somebody that married. Some of you guys may be getting married. This will be a heartbreaking thing for somebody to see, witness, recognize. This also can be someone who is in a marriage, who is seeing the breakup or just the separation of this connection that they're in. There's a lot of deceit. There's a lot of anguish. So we have a person that's dealing with a heartbreak during a union, while in a union. This person is looking to escape this connection. I think that's everything with that deck. Right. So this is about a connection of deception, heartbreak, deceit, vulnerability. Somebody is feeling very vulnerable right now because things aren't playing out as they had planned. So it appears that somebody had possibly planned a connection to be so perfect and it didn't turn out that way. So they're dealing with the heartbreak. I want to clarify this marriage card because with the rose card, this is about not able to see things or to see things between a couple, a partnership, a relationship. Somebody is not seeing eye to eye. That could be you guys not seeing eye to eye with someone. This person may be in a relationship where they're not seeing eye to eye. And they cry at night. Oh, well. What's going on with this not seeing eye to eye? Yeah, Spirit is saying that's true. That's the truth. There's somebody that they're in a connection that they're very disappointed. There's conflict. There's total disruption in this house. It's a toxic love. This was a relationship that you had with this person. This is something that's being recognized. This person's, it's like somebody is not denying themselves what's real. Like you can't hide from it. It's toxic. Their heart is broken. This person is also realizing that a bad idea that may not come into fruition. So this person was looking at trying to get things a certain way, a plan that was really lazy. It was an unpleasant outcome. So it sounds like somebody who had these dreams, these illusions, these some plans that weren't well thought out. So the knife. This is a person that was like a matriarch. Not a matriarch, but I think what I'm trying to say is like this is somebody who laid down their life for somebody. And all they got was betrayal, division, fear of change. rejection, a legal fight. So they're going through a divorce. Somebody is going through a divorce and they're heartbroken. So spot on. Yep. And so now that thing that they had going on, it's a broken mirror. So the image, the idea, the illusion, this whole planned, unplanned, not really planned, but this whole fantasy, that's what it was. This is something that is playing out in this person's life, a duality, which means the broken mirror, it's a reflection of how they treated you, Saggies. So now, the same game, the same problem that happened to them, the way they had this vision, the best part about it is you're going to get the good end of it all. Only because this was a person that had felt that what they needed to do was important and they didn't care who they hurt while they were doing it. This person underestimated you. The truth was revealed about their life and what and who they went to. So whoever they went to, that person deceived them. Let's get a card about this broken mirror. That's bad luck. So this was something this person shouldn't have done, but they did it anyway. Clarify the broken mirror. Oh yeah, they won out now. They won out. Because this person can't make them happy. So, but this is the same person that planned this connection. They had this idea that they could manifest this idea of being with this other person. But now they say, oh, why can't I move on from you? Well, they can't move on from you because you've moved on from them. So now they know that you don't love them anymore. See, they say, I don't know who I am anymore. Well, they know who they are. They know that they love drama. They're getting drama and they don't like it. Because if this connection with this person who they were with, they wouldn't be crying at night. They would be celebrating, living their little deceitful, dirty, underhanded life. It's only because it didn't work out. See, the plans of what they thought was going to happen didn't. It was an illusion. So their whole idea of working very hard, spending all their time trying to give to someone, believed in this was the will of spirit for them. No, the truth is their magic, whatever they thought they were doing, to try to block your life, that's not going to happen. Because you will never accept this connection. They missed an opportunity. That ship has sailed and is dead. You've revived yourself, renewed yourself, and now you're waiting on a new love. Somebody that you're going to choose another connection that the universe will bless you with. Somebody that will bring peace and happiness, harmony, balance, trust in your life that you're going to marry. This is what's going to mess this person up. The whole situation, they're going to have to watch it. They're going to have to see you. This is their karma. The fact that they went behind your back. I feel like this person is waking up to this. They're going to wake up to have this broken heart to see you get married. Because see, their plan of getting married, it didn't work out. So now they want to run out of their connection. They want out. Oh, I want out. But this is the same person who they thought that you and them weren't good together. I don't know who I am anymore. I want out. Yeah, you want out because the shit didn't work. That's all. That's the only reason why they want out. I can't make it up anymore. I can't make you happy. Of course they can't make you happy because this is somebody who caused nothing but drama in your life. That's it. That's all they did. They were a troubled individual who's now crying, oh my goodness, Sag is leaving my life forever. Yes. Thank the universe, Sagittarius, for this idiot being out of your life. They were an experience for you guys. That is it. It was not meant to be for you to be with this person. It was for an experience for you to learn to love yourself. Because they were out somewhere planning something with someone else behind your back. That's what they were doing. And they thought that shit was really going to work. They thought the universe was going to change the world and flip shit upside down so they could have a happy marriage. They thought things were going to work out and be prosperous. And oh my goodness, I'm very spiritual and I go to church and I love God and the universe and I'm all this and that. And they're a whole liar. So now they have to sit in their stupid decision. And now they want to turn around and look at you. That's what it is. They want to look at you and look at the possibilities of what kind of life they would have had with you. Listen, guys, Spirit, you guys were made to help this person. You were here to be the catalyst to awaken this person. It didn't necessarily mean that you were supposed to run down and marry this person. That's not what Spirit had for you guys to do. No, that wasn't part of it. Part of it for you was to awaken them, to show them how rotten they are. Because this person only straightened up when they thought they found the right person that they thought was their person. That's the only reason why they straightened up. Because they thought that person was the right individual, good, upstanding person. No, they weren't. They got with a whole trick. That's who they got with. And they really put this person up on this great big ass pedestal, knowing this person was dirty as dirt can dirt ever be. Because they're that way. You only attract most of the time who you are. See, you guys are different. You weren't attracted to this person because of something that was deep in your heart. No, this is how the universe set it up so that you could be the catalyst to bring this buzzard down. So they could feel what it's like to be betrayed, to be hurt, to be deceived. Because this is the type of individual who don't care who they step on. They're ruthless, they're cold, and they're a degenerate. So never waste a tear. I tell y'all, practically ever reading, don't cry over these people. They're not worth your tears. Give your tears to someone who is helpless, a child, someone that needs love. Give your energy to those that are misfortunate, not to buzzers and bastards, tricks, hoes, sluts. Don't waste that energy on these type of energies. It angers me when I think about you guys in the comments crying about somebody who is nothing but a dirty ass loser. Give that energy. Y'all don't understand. Energy is so powerful. Don't pour your energy into this person like that. You see how rotten they are? But see, your energy made a difference. You did your job. You did your job. Now it's your turn to be awarded or rewarded. You did your job. You are not missing anything from this person. You are not missing. This is what I always say to y'all. I want you to go back in your mind and say to yourself, if I were to go right back to this person today, what would be different? You got to be real with yourself. Ask yourself that question. Because everything is really clear when it comes to you and this person. You know who this person is. You know exactly who they are. They're not that motherfucking special. I don't care what they look like. They're not. They're a dirty, low-down rat who has no commitment to anything or anyone. That's why the karma came in the way that it did. That's why they're living in drama and pain and they're suffering. And now they're wanting somebody to feel sorry for them. I can't make you happy. Of course, they want you to somehow come down off of your throne and kind of stroke their little weak ass ego. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for pity because they know how your energy is. Most light workers are very kind-hearted. They are, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to just give all your good energy to somebody because now all of a sudden they want out of the situation that they picked, they chose this life. They're just getting a taste of what they doled out to other people. You were one of those people. Whether you love them or not, it doesn't matter. It's how that they chose to treat you. Because no one else could seem to touch this person. No one else could get through to them. They got what the reason why they get. Let's find out the reason why they got with that other person. What was the reason, Spirit? What was their ultimate reason? Because, see, they're an opportunist. They only go after what best suits them. I don't even know if it was all that much about love when they were with that other person. Let's find out. Spirit, tell us. Why did they get with the other person? What was their main objective? What was the main objective? They were a nasty, mean person. They wanted to abuse their power. That's why they got with that person. That's why. They wanted to abuse their power. So by them getting with that person, there had to be a reasoning that they thought that they could overpower this individual, whoever they got with. But the tables got turned. What they were trying to do was be abusive to someone who mirrored them. That's what happened. They thought they had this little, I guess they thought they had somebody that they could roll all over. And I think that has to do with you too. But the difference between you and whoever they thought that they could abuse, that person is just as demonic as they are. So they kind of met their match. They met their match with that person. This person gets off on trying to overpower people through sex, through drugs, through faith, religion, whatever it is. They try to dominate people. That's what it is. So whoever they got with, that person, they did a flip. So they weren't able to control or dominate this person. They had this idea that they could mold someone. When you try to abuse your power, you're trying to mold somebody. And it didn't work out like they thought. So there was a mirror flip. Let's see. What was the reasoning for what was their move towards Sag? What was their reasoning? Okay. But y'all have flipped out a couple cards. Okay. Now, they thought you didn't know any better. They thought that, like I said, that they could deceive you. Okay. And they may have thought that your status, your money wasn't up to par. Maybe, I don't know, when you had or met this person, maybe your home wasn't together. Maybe things like that were kind of, okay. They thought your intuition was off. It's like they thought you were sort of naive. It's just like the same with this person. They thought that your intuition was blocked. Like you weren't, like they could easily play you like that. Give me a card for this High Priestess. Give me a card for the High Priestess. Destiny. Okay. So that's what it is. Okay. So now they are looking at you as somebody who they can have a fulfilled life with because you are intelligent. You are intuitive. They think that you are somebody that's a better parent, somebody that's a better business person. You're smart, you're wise, you're intuitive, you're kind, you're beautiful. Yeah, that's what they're looking at. And there's an age difference. This came out on the other reading. They're looking at, see, it's almost like what they're looking at now that things are broken with the connection that they're in. They're looking at you differently now. Like when you were in this person's face, they didn't see none of that. See? They didn't want to see it. You were always the same person. You were always somebody very deep, very intuitive, very spiritual, very knowledgeable. The high priestess holds in information. You don't tell everything. You're not moved very easily when it comes to your emotions. So this person couldn't get a good read on you. They couldn't pinpoint how really to treat you. Like this is what it is. They didn't know which way, like they didn't know where to put you. If that makes any sense, guys. Like if you're a high priestess, not a lot of things move you. You're almost you're hard to read. You're hard to read. So this person didn't know what to do with you. They just didn't. I'm telling you, they were jealous of your beauty. This is a man, an emperor, or a woman. So this is why they X'd you. Because they didn't know what box to put you in. They didn't know what to do. They were perplexed by you. When you are a high priestess, you know how to carry yourself. And not everything a person does or says is going to make you get off your square. And this person wanted to abuse you like they tried or did or tried to do with this other person. But that what happened is there was a flip. That person flipped on them and abused their ass. So they end up having the heartbreak. They end up being the one not able to see that this was going to turn out to be a mirror flip. Because their idea was to try to run game, pull ranking on people. See, so they couldn't win. This is a loser. This is somebody who struggles with a lack of power, attention. This is somebody that's very, very insecure with who they are. So normally if you want to abuse your power, that means you lack power. You don't have any, no one probably respects this person. So what do? You go out and you pick somebody who you think that you can run rank on. They thought they could do that with you, but you were too complex. Because the high priest is very complex. You don't know how they think, you don't know how they feel, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what secrets they're holding, you don't know what they know about anything. So now they're looking at, wow, this person was so powerful, I couldn't crack the code, which is you. They couldn't crack the code on you. They couldn't figure you out. The one thing that they could see about you, you came out as a queen of pentacles. Somebody down to earth, business minded, wise, a great listener, a boss, a leader, somebody that's a very into nature, open minded about his or her business, intuitive. Like they could kind of see that part of you, but the other half of you, they didn't know what was going on. So when you have a weak person like this, they just go on to try to find somebody else that they could dominate. And it didn't work that way either. So everything they tried just failed. So this is the reason why they won out, because this is how they lived their life. They just jumped from person to person to person, thinking that they could somehow win a battle, because this is all a game to this person. Hit the like button, guys, as you come in, or leave a comment, do something. So this is all this is. Pleasant encounters, pure feelings, fulfillment and love, value in oneself. That's you. You valued yourself. That's why this person wasn't able to pull rank over you, right? Because you knew your worth. You understood your self worth. You knew who you were. Now, maybe for some of you guys in the beginning, maybe you didn't, but you evolved. When you were in this relationship, you guys had to get knowledge about yourselves. You started learning about who you were. All the while, you didn't say too much about your deepest thoughts and secrets to this person. So they couldn't, again, they couldn't crack the code. They couldn't manipulate you. They couldn't really truly dominate you. Even though they were doing some of the most hideous, negative, dark things, at the end of the day, you still walked away. That makes you a winner because you didn't look back. Now, let's just say you kept going with this person and there was a point in time where you had the juggling that back and forth. And then at some point, you guys got to a point where you realize you're much too valuable to waste your time with this energy. Okay, that's a power move. This person would continue the cycle over and over, trying to break you down, try to chip away at your self-confidence, to try to give them a sense of being a somebody. They were always a nobody. That's why I always stress to you guys, don't cry at night like they do. Know your worth. Know your worth. And according to this card, you guys do. You already know your self-worth. So the reason why the connection was ended is because they didn't know their self-worth. They couldn't control you. There was an age difference. This card came out yesterday's reading. Let's find out something about this age difference. What else do we need to know about this age difference? Is there something? Yeah. This is a new perspective of knowing who you are by taking your power back. This person thought, again, because you may have been younger than this person, they thought that you were naive. I said that earlier. Yeah, house, home, stable. A lot of you guys are going to be, oh, that's a lot of cards to drop. Oh, a lot of these cards, I guess Spirit definitely wants y'all to see this. You're going to get married. You're going to be in a committed relationship. There will be an age difference. I did a reading this week. Spirit is telling you there was an age difference, but it looks like you guys are going to call in somebody more stable, somebody that's more abundant, a lover, somebody that's going to be somebody you're going to have a new love affair with. I feel like this is your soulmate. This is your soulmate. This is your partner. And they're going to be in love. There is going to be a difference in age. Oh, I forgot to turn numbers over. Yep. Yep. That's what that is, guys. You're gonna meet somebody where there's gonna be a difference in age as well. What that says to me, there's something in your chart that shows the difference when it comes to who you attract. If you have, because you look at your seventh house, guys, for relationships. That means that you might have Saturn in the seventh house, because Saturn is like a mature energy, like an older Capricorn energy. So you guys may be younger and you may wonder why you attract those that are older than you, or just that if it's not them being older, it could be you could be older. Maybe you may attract somebody that you could be a couple years older than them, or they could be a couple or years older than you. Either way, it's going to be an age difference. It was the same that way with the relationship that you were in before. Either they were older or you were older. But this is an emperor. So this is somebody that's like a father figure. With the emperor and upright, they're a great father figure. They're very decisive, very principled, law-abiding, person that's like, could be a businessman, but that person that you were in a connection, no, they were the total opposite of that. They were a bully, they were a tyrant, they were untrustworthy, they weren't loyal, and they could not manifest to keep any kind of stamina when it comes to creating a business. That, no, that other person, totally different than what you're going to be manifesting and bringing into this lifestyle. Yeah, guys, this is lovely. This person is going to be a happy union in marriage. You're going to have a new opportunity to finally meet a soulmate. Yep. You only live once. You only live once. That's what this person or you thought. Maybe that's what you guys were thinking. Okay, so this person felt like they only lived once. And so they jumped in and they found out that whoever they got with canceled them while they were on that mission. So that's the reading, Sag. One card for this King of Cups. What do we need to know about this King of Cups? Is there anything we need to know about this King of Cups? Is there anything we need to know? So it's just like everything went full circle, guys. Oh, I'm telling you, this person is going to bring true balance and matrimony into your life. A Libra. They're going to be a Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. Could be a Sun, Moon, Ascendant. They definitely have a lot of love energy, a lot of cups. They're into being married. They are into partnerships. This is a soulmate. This is somebody that will balance the scales when it comes to your love life, your relationship. It's like the yin to your yang or the yang to your yin. This is the type of relationship you guys are going to bring in. This other person was jealous of your looks and your beauty and your who you are and what your much gratitude. Yeah, for sure, y'all. Y'all see the energy is out here. This is a lover you're going to select for sure. Ten of Swords. Yeah, this Ten of Swords is somebody being destroyed because of it. See, it's like the other person was trying to beat you at, it's almost like it was a race, like to the finish line. Tell me something about this Ten of Swords and then we're going to close. Oh, yeah. They were lazy. Lazy and they're exposed. Truth is revealed. See, the truth is they were heartbroken. They are lazy. They weren't motivated. Remember, this is exposed. The truth was revealed. Lazy. Can't be bothered to do anything. So they weren't a real boss anyway. They weren't somebody that you were supposed to spend the rest of your life with. They weren't an emperor in an upright. They may be older, but they're not an emperor. Because see now, because this is the thing, they're determined and focused because involuntarily being controlled. They allowed themselves to be this way. And they got controlled. Remember the mirror flip. They thought that they could dominate someone, and someone showed them that they could be dominated. And they lost. They lost the battle. Now Spirit is bringing, so everybody who they had in their little orbit, that those days are over for them. They're going to definitely witness you receive happiness, love, and balance in your life with somebody that will be like a friend too. This is what you're bringing down this lifetime. This is what you've called in. You specifically called in this person exactly how you wanted them and what you were looking to have in a partnership and a relationship. You wanted a relationship where someone had an open business mind, because you guys come out as Queen of Pentacles. That's somebody who understands business. Everything when it comes to life on this plane is business. You have to have somebody that has that kind of mindset. You do have to live on this plane using gold, platinum, silver, right? And this person has that understanding. And they will be in love and they'll be content. They like you. They'll be in love with you. King of Cups came out. So that's everything, guys. That's the reading. Bye.